All right, a much more upbeat postgame today as the Miami Heat beat the Toronto Raptors. I know I had a handful of people that were a bit annoyed in my last video, which had a somber tone. But hey, when the Miami Heat nearly blow a 20-point fourth quarter lead to the Charlotte Hornets, I'm not going to be too happy. I do typically agree with the ideology of a win is a win, but there was a lot of bad that game, and I felt like there was a lot of good this game, especially considering that the Miami Heat hit a season-high 21 triples, which if you watch the game was just hilarious because that first half was brick city. At least like the first 20 minutes of that first half. I remember at one point the Heat were 2 for 20 from three. And when they flashed that graphic on the TV, they should have put a trigger warning or something because I almost threw up. 2 of 20 from three was abysmal. But it was relatively a close game, and that's due into part how bad the Toronto Raptors are. Now, I don't want to act like they're this awful team. I know their record would say as much, but they've been in a lot of close games, which if you're a Raptors fan, that's kind of how you want to do it, right? They're kind of tanking, they're waving the white Cooper flag, and they're saying, hey, if we're going to try to lose every game, but at least be competitive, and that's what the Raptors did. So I wasn't super shocked that this was going to be a competitive game because that team always battles. Now, I was a little scared because they had a lot of injuries. They were missing Grady Dick. They were missing Maple Dick, which, if y'all remember, was the nickname we gave Kelly Olynyk back in the day. I'm not making that up, but they were missing Grady Dick, Kelly Olynyk, Bruce Brown, Emmanuel Quickly. So I'm saying, damn, who the hell are the Raptors going to play? The first thing I did was smash the over on RJ Barrett on the anonymous player prop betting app that doesn't sponsor me, so I won't say their name, because y'all know RJ Barrett typically kills the Heat, so I knew that was going to be an easy over. Now, he didn't crush us, or he didn't really kill us tonight, but he did hit the over, so I know the Heat do play the Raptors on Sunday, so you might want to hit that line too. Just some free non-financial advice, I'll say. But anyways, the Raptors did end up playing a couple of AI-generated players. Now, I do consider myself an NBA connoisseur. I watch a lot of the league for well over a decade now, and I listen to all these podcasts. And the Raptors played a few guys today that I haven't even heard of. One of them being Jamison Battle, who, my God, he was terrible. I feel bad for that kid. And then also a guy named Jonathan Mogbo, like a backup big man that they got. And the reason I was scared as a Heat fan, just to tie this all back together, is because how often do we see the Heat get killed by these random scrub Heat killers, typically guys that we've never heard of? So I was worried some of these AI-generated dudes would go off, but that didn't exactly happen. As the Miami Heat did endure a rough shooting first half. They actually hit a couple of threes to end the first half. Kevin Love hit a three. I think Jimmy Butler hit a three. So they got it going a little bit, but they were still down, I think, 3 at halftime. But those threes that the Heat did hit to end the second quarter was a sign of things to come, as in that third quarter, it was a reverse third quarter, a third quarter against them, where the Miami Heat dominated the Raptors in that quarter. They were really spraying it from three from everywhere on the court. As my boy, Coach Tony Fiorentino says, water reaches its level, Airwick. And that's exactly what happened because they couldn't miss. Again, Kevin Love was getting in on the action. Bam Adebayo, step back three in the corner. You know how tough that is to hit a step back three with those big ass feet that he has in the corner? It's tough. But he made Jakob Poeltl look foolish on that one. And then my favorite part of that third quarter was James Jr., who said, I think I got my swagger back. Oh, he looked so good in that third quarter. It was nice to see him get a little bit of his confidence back. Hit a three in the corner off a catch and shoot, and the next possession comes down, hits another three in the top right wing, had an and one drive into the basket where he got his shoulder into the guy, did his signature off balance, off the backboard in transition layup, got the and one, and we finally saw what looked like Jaime Jaquez again, because it's been a rough stretch for Jaime. A lot of people are saying that he might have hit the sophomore slump, which I do think is attributing to his recent struggles, but I also just think that he hasn't been given quite the opportunity that he was given in last year, really, because last year Jimmy Butler missed a lot of time, and in those games, that's when Jaime was getting starter minutes, playing 30+ minutes a night. He was getting those post touches, those fast break touches, and we didn't exactly see a lot of that this season, and he's had some inconsistent opportunity, and as a young guy, I think he's having trouble adjusting to that. But I of course will always believe in Jaime Jaquez because the skill that he has offensively is undoubtable, right? We see the footwork. Y'all know I'm always talking about it. So I do believe in him, and it was nice to kind of see him get back into that confidence today, and hopefully he can sort of build off of that. But yeah, the Heat would go up pretty big. I think the Heat would go up as much as like 16 in the third quarter. And the Raptors would keep things a little bit close in the fourth quarter. But it never really got to much less than 7. I think every time it got to around 6, 7, the Heat would come back and hit a big 3. Tyler Hero hit some big 3s in the fourth quarter. And then I'm not going to call him the finisher. That's what Eric Reed is calling him. And I find it quite disgusting of a nickname for Terry Rozier. But Eric Reed was calling Terry Rozier the finisher, because this is now 3 straight games where he's played practically every single second of the fourth quarter. And today, Terry Rozier was very good in that fourth quarter. He was the guy where anytime things got a little bit close, he came back to hit a monster 3. But the thing that I want to highlight about that is I've been very mad about Terry Rozier's shot selection this whole season, I guess. The thing that I hate the most about it is he will catch balls wide open on the catch and shoot, and instead of him shooting the wide open shot in rhythm, he'll pump fake, do like a sidestep, fade away, which is now a heavily contested 3, no rhythm whatsoever. Sometimes it's at the end of the shot clock, so he's got to rush it up, and it's the most frustrating thing. A drive and kick, catch and shoot 3 is one of the most efficient shots in basketball, one of the most in rhythm shots. It has a nice flow. And Terry Rozier continually messes up that flow with these with those that boy nice shots. Oh, I hate it. But today, Terry Rozier hit like 3 or 4 triples in the fourth quarter. All of them were catch and shoot without him putting the ball on the ground. They just look so smooth, and a lot of them was off driving kicks out to him. Just do more of that, Terry. Is it that hard? I don't understand. Listen, I'm a guy when I hoop, as soon as that ball touches my hands, I'm pulling it. I got that Michael Never Swing the Rock Porter Jr. in me. Just shoot the shot. It's in rhythm. That's what they traded for you for, is to shoot. Not through these sidestep fadeaways. Well, I guess that'd still be considered shooting, but just playing the rhythm of the offense, Terry. Oh, the reason it frustrates me is because I know he's a talented player. He's very skilled. We've seen it. We've seen him get hot many times like he did today. Just eliminate the dumb shots, Terry. Oh, seriously, one of my biggest pet peeves playing basketball and watching basketball is dumb offensive IQ. Like, it's not hard, in my opinion. Anyways, I do want to mention one negative, though. There was like a stretch in the fourth quarter where the Heat had like 4 or 5 straight possessions that like dwindled down the shot clock all the way to a second. And they either barely got a shot off or it was a 24-second violation. That is one of the things that continues to be concerning to me, is this late game execution. We saw it to a higher degree in the last game versus Charlotte, where there's times where they looked like they forgot how to play basketball, literally dribbling into 3 people, Tyler Hero chucking up fadeaways as well. I don't think if you want to be a championship team, you can't do that. You can't have these stretches, particularly late in the fourth quarter, where you look like you just forget how to play basketball. Now, today they had some guys bail them out. It was nice to have Jimmy Butler back this game. Of course, he missed the last fourth quarter, and that helped a lot. Jimmy hit like a nice fadeaway when things were getting close as well. But I just wish they would clean up a lot of that fourth quarter execution. I think a lot of that is on Spo. He can see when things are going bad. I wish he would almost use a timeout early in the fourth quarter just to actually draw up a play when he could see these things getting bad. Because I'm not going to lie, there was maybe like a good 10-second period this fourth quarter where I was thinking, oh no, here we go again. So I just want to try to avoid that, because we've seen this team have some pretty bad collapses, and I think it's avoidable, right? Because we've been hearing, I mean, if you was on Twitter at all today, when they announced whoever was out on the Raptors and the line on the game was like 10.5, everyone said, can't wait for it to be another clutch Heat game. Or even last game when the Heat were up 20, people tweeted out, can't wait for another clutch Heat game. Because we as Heat fans know they can never seem to put anyone away. They always seem to have these big stretches of just sloppiness, and a lot of that's in the fourth quarter. We started to see it today. So just because this game's a win, I just want to note and point that out as well, because I am happy about this win. I am happy that they're finally above 500, but just watch it, you know. The only other negative thing I have from this game is obviously Bam's defense continues to be phenomenal. Bam on the whole today was phenomenal. He did get his triple-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. The efficiency still isn't good for him, 6 of 16. But I did like we at least saw the aggressiveness today as opposed to last game. That's why although Bam wasn't great offensively today, I'm happy with the 16 shot attempts. Last game he took 8. And again, today he's playing Jakob Poeltl, who's another drop coverage, slow, big-footed or slow-footed center. Now, Jakob Poeltl is a good player, don't get me wrong, and he is a solid defender inside. But Bam is just so much more athletic to him. And today we did see a few times where Bam would take the three-pointer. I think Bam hit a couple today. We saw Bam try to blow past him. It didn't always work, but he tried. Bam had a couple nice aggressive dunks, just attacking the paint. I like to see Bam attack these less athletic, less mobile centers. And he did that today. Now, he didn't convert at a high rate, but hey, the confidence was there, which is what I'm most concerned about. And on top of that, he did have a triple-double. Now, I know last game he had 10 rebounds, 10 assists as well, which is crazy. 2 points short of back-to-back triple-doubles. Oh, what a shame for Bam. But anyways, it got back-to-back wins, so that's all I care about. And I will say the sign of a good player is when you're not hitting shots, you are doing other things. So obviously that's what we're seeing from Bam Adebayo. So I don't want to be too hard on him. But since I was hard on him last game, I do just want to give him some credit for showing a little bit more confidence today. But the only thing I was going to say about Poeltl, though, Poeltl played his ass off today too, because I mean Poeltl today scored 24 points and 10 rebounds. He was 10 of 11. That just can't happen. I know Poeltl's having a good season again, but a lot of that is not on Bam. My point is Bam is so great defensively, and he always has been, right? I've never said I've always given Bam his respect on the defensive end. I want to make that clear. But he's so good that he's out there guarding RJ Barrett. He's out there guarding Scotty Barnes. And when that happens, there's nobody to help clean up for him. So I think today was another great example of why I want to see some more Khalil Ware minutes. I know we didn't get any today because Kevin Love was back. We saw some Ware minutes the last game, but I'd like to see some Ware and Bam minutes. Because Bam it's like you're limiting what Bam can do on the defensive end because people can't cover up for him. Whereas if you did play him some power forward minutes and you had Khalil Ware out there, you could have Bam guard Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett way more than he was able to today. Because I'm sure I would have loved to see Bam on Scotty Barnes half the game today. Because Scotty Barnes was cooking too. Yeah, Scotty Barnes, 24-point triple-double himself. I would have loved to see Bam on him all game, but they just can't because he doesn't have any other help. And we did see whenever Bam did help today, Poeltl was getting his back on Haywood Highsmith or Tyler Hero, and that's why he shot 10 of 11. Play some minutes with Khalil Ware, Spo. Play Bam and Khalil Ware, Spo. I'm begging you. I really think it could unlock something. Anyways, we'll go through the rest of this box score real quick because I think that's all I have about the game here. Nice to see Jimmy Butler play well. I was worried he was going to sit out because he tweaked his back in last game, but he did end up playing today. Got 35 minutes and was great. Once again, back to the free throw line after last game, not getting there at all. 9 free throw attempts for him, 8 of 9, 26 points for him, 6 assists. So I'm hoping last game was just an outlier for Jimmy, and we keep getting Jimmy to build off of what he's been doing. Now, like I said last video, I don't think his body necessarily has that in him every game, but we'll see. Maybe he doesn't have it in him for back-to-backs, and I know they have a few more of those coming up, but it's something to monitor going forward with Jimmy Butler. But today, I'll give him his credit because last game he was not good. Haywood Highsmith did struggle again offensively, 2 for 6. But I love the defense. He shouldn't be a power forward, though. I want Highsmith to play more. I like Highsmith, but I don't think I want him starting at the 4 the more I see with these games. But anyways, talked about Bam's triple-double. Duncan Robinson today struggled shooting a little bit, but he was fine. And then Tyler Hero did get you 23 points on 44% shooting. So whatevs. Pella Larson again and Alec Burks didn't get a ton of minutes just like last game, but I guess Pella did get a bit of an uptick with 18 minutes, and he was fine as well. The only people on the bench that really stood out, I guess, is Jaime Jaquez, who we talked about, and Terry Rozier. So that's really all I got to say for this Heat game. I don't want to speak too much more about it because, like I said, the Heat played the same exact team again in 2 days on Sunday. I believe that's also a home. Nope, the Heat fly to Toronto. I was wrong. So yeah, he played the Raptors on Sunday. Get some more of this. He will be 2 games above 500. And maybe this is the start of a nice little win streak. We'll see what happens. Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe because I'm on the grind to hit 6,000 subs and I can't do it without y'all. I greatly appreciate the support. Let's go Hurricanes. Cam Ward smashed it over. Peace out, y'all.
Look, pull up in your city tryna get that dead face. Do it on my own, I don't need no dead weight. Had to kill him off, yeah, I need a head space. You know this homegrown bitch don't offend me.